Allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta in Mount Kenya region have developed cold feet in their association with ODM leader Raila Odinga, leaving him lonely as he tries to make inroads in the region. Raila, Uhuru's handshake partner, has of late found himself deserted by the once formidable Mount Kenya army that would jam his Capitol Hill office at the height of the handshake politics. However, with the 2022 general election beckоning, the leaders, who include members of the National Assembly, senators and governors and former MPs, have kept a distance from the former Prime Minister. This is the extreme opposite of the heroic reputation Uhuru receives whenever he visits the Nyanza region. Political pundits warn that the move by the Mount Kenya leaders to avoid being associated with the political activities of Raila would entrench further the mistrust the Gikuyu community have had against the opposition chief. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. Deputy President William Ruto on Thursday tore into the Constitution Amendment drive, saying Kenyans do not need it at all. In total defiance of his boss President Uhuru Kenyatta, Ruto said the Constitution Amendment Bill 2020, currently before county assemblies, is a waste of time as it does not demonstrate how the common man will benefit. Ruto further said the handshake between the President and ODM leader Raila Odinga is to blame for the failures of Jubilee administration. Ruto pushed for several changes to the draft bill, some of which were included in the final draft launched in November last year. After the launch, Ruto pushed for a consensus among the top leaders before the plebiscite, but has now come out guns blazing to oppose changes to the 2010 constitution. 35% of Kenyans could not visit health facilities out of fear of contracting COVID-19, a report shows. The report, Epidemic Pandemic Response in Africa, COVID-19 in Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Nigeria and South Africa, was released by the Institute for Social and Economic Research and Policy in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences at the Columbia University. The study shows 32% could not afford to visit a health facility, 5% said the nearest facility was too far, while 10% said healthcare facilities were either too busy or they couldn't get an appointment with a doctor. Only 4% felt their healthcare needs did not seem urgent, thus decided to free up facilities for those who may need it more. She tells everyone who calls her how wonderful Malindi is and showers her 10 million followers on Instagram with pictures and videos of the Kenya coast. For 2 decades, British supermodel Naomi Campbell has been promoting the country without being asked, so it came as no surprise to tourism players when she was appointed Magical Kenya Ambassador, a role she has taken up free of charge. Kenyans, unaware of this, were quick to lash out at the lack of a local face, but tourism players urged them to relax and say overlooked celebs should feel free to use their influence to promote the country as well. Campbell recently concluded her month holiday in Malindi, one of the longest since she began visiting the resort town more than 20 years ago. Wildlife resources in Kenya have declined by 68% over the last 40 years, a new report has shown. The State of Wildlife Economy in Africa report, a case study of Kenya by Africa Leadership University School of Wildlife Conservation, says the decline has a negative impact on the economy. It says Kenya needs to improve management of its wildlife resources to stem the decline and safeguard the flow of biodiversity and socio-economic benefits to the country. The report encourages more public and private investment in protected and conserved areas to improve biodiversity outcomes and support economic development. There are at least 7,500 plant species, 393 mammal species, 260 reptiles and amphibian species, 1,105 bird species, and 769 fish species. Many of the species are globally significant, rare, endemic, endangered, or threatened. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#. You can also get more on the Star website.